Hi Siddesh.
Hi Radhi, good morning.
Good morning, Siddesh. Hello. So all set, sir? All set?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start in 5 minutes.
Okay, sure. So, are we starting before 8 or should I wait for everyone to join till 8?
Sorry.
So, are we starting before 8 p.m., 8 a.m. or
Before 8 p.m. you can start.
okay, sure. Thank you.
I ping you.
Okay. Hello
Hello, everyone.
everyone. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
So we can start, Siddesh.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
So dear authors and invited guests, I welcome you all to the technical session 4E. Myself, Siddesh Mughal, and this session would be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation and GR Scholarship LLP, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the 4th World Conference of Information System of Business Management 2025 Bangkok. The 4th edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event was held yesterday in Bangkok and Thailand, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom today and tomorrow, that is 25 and 26 September 2025. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive session through the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations. Each presentation will be given 10 minutes for the presentations and 2 minutes for the question and answer. On 9 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder. There is another request to all the participants that you stay all connected with us till the closing remarks. If you have any queries or updates, you can write it to me in the chat box. So just before we start the session, I would like to introduce to the session chair of this session,
Siddhesh, am I
Dr.
audible?
Basant. Yeah, sir, you are audible. So Dr. Basant Tiwari is an associate professor at MIT World Peace University, Pune, India. He has published extensively in reputed national and international conferences and journals. A senior member of IEEE and ACM, and a life member of CSI and IACSIT. His research interests include information security, pervasive computing, healthcare informatics, and machine learning. So, would you like to give any opening remarks?
Yeah. Why not? How many researchers are joined?
So far we have now four of them. So the rest of them
So
will join.
okay. Okay. So good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Basant Tiwari from MIT World Peace University, Pune, India. So it's my great pleasure to welcome all of you in this virtual room of fourth World Conference on Information System and Business Management. So today we will be exploring some truly exciting research, starting from secure satellite communication and predictive analytics to metaverse entrepreneurship and intelligent autonomous system in this session. Each paper not only reflect innovation but also open the door to meaningful discussion and collaboration. So I encourage all of you to engage actively, please. Ask questions, share your thoughts, and challenge ideas because because that is how we are growing, right? Since we are the community of the researchers, so we must have some question in our mind after the presentation. So with that, let's begin our discussion and session. So I look forward to insightful presentation and vibrant interaction with all of you. Thank you very much. So let's start. Siddesh.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So I would like to start with the papers. So the first paper is presented by Ankush Soni. He is presenting a secure and efficient implementation of TLS and QUIC for secure satellite-based communication in UAVs. Ankush Soni, are you there?
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, Ankush, sorry, you can start your presentation.
Yeah, just a second.
Yeah.
Is my
Yeah, it's visible now. You can start.
okay. So, good morning, everyone. I am Ankush Soni, a research scholar from BITS Pilani KK Birla Goa campus. Uh, so, my paper ID was 796, and the title of my paper, which I'm going to present today, is A Secure and Efficient Implementation of TLS and Quick for Secure Satellite-Based Communication in UAVs. Uh, so this is going to be the outline of my talk. So I'll start with the introduction of my problem statement, then why and what was the motivation for choosing this problem statement, and what are the existing challenges. Then I move to my proposed protocol in this paper, and then whatever system design I used and the workflow of the protocol. Then I'll discuss the results to and conclude my presentation with discussion about concluding the paper and discussing about the future work. So over the last few years, we have seen a tremendous growth in the applications of UAVs, especially in the defense sector, disaster response sector, and also in remote sensing sectors. And there are missions, there are UAV missions where the UAVs can be deployed in a local area as well as in a longer range areas, which stands for which is BVLOS areas, which stands for beyond visual line of sight. So beyond visual line of sight means that the UAVs are deployed in a remote area or a distant area where the operator or the controller of the UAV cannot see the UAV in directly. So these applications are helpful when the connectivity is the UAVs are deployed in such areas where the connectivity is low or where we need to reach remote where the we need to make sure that some UAVs are deployed in very remote locations where human beings cannot go. So in order to ensure that beyond visual line of sight communication is appropriate and beyond visual line of sight communication is there and it can communicate with the ground control station, the most appropriate option for that is satellite communication. Basically, both the ground controller and the UAV make use of satellite links or satellite based communication for communicating at a distant when they are at a distance. So but satellite communication, although it's a good choice, but it introduces latency in the communication, and also it has open and vulnerable challenge which might make the data which is being transmitted or the communication which is happening insecure. So in order to ensure that this communication stays secure, there is a need for secure communication between UAV and ground control using satellites. So the major challenge which is there is, as I previously mentioned, that satellite channels are exposed and experience high latency in communication. Also, the UAVs are an example of IoT device, and as all the IoT devices have a common property that they have very limited power and very limited computational resources. So that is the reason this becomes a challenge as well. Now, the traditional security protocols that are existing for communication channels like TLS are not optimized for resource constrained devices like UAVs. And some of the threats which are there are the message interception, the spoofing, even replay attacks or key compromise attacks are there. So that is the reason there is a need for a lightweight and latency aware and latency aware secure communication protocol for a UAV and ground control station. So moving on to my proposed protocol, we propose a secure protocol for a UAV GCS communication using GCS stands for ground control station over here. So UAV GCS communication using satellite links. And what we do is in the traditional communication channel, we make use of TLS and QUIC protocols. TLS is the standard transport layer security protocol, and QUIC is a recent QUIC UDP internet communications protocol, which are being integrated with satellite communication. So Quick was recently introduced by Google in the year 2021. So it is still in the process of fully being deployed in different applications. So in order to make the encryption and decryption process more efficient, we make use of our work only, which is termed as ISHA-3 AES, which uses AES and SHA-3 combined for making it making the encryption and decryption process more efficient. So this also, the traditionally and more common practice is to use the SHA-2 256 for ensuring the message integrity. But on our analysis and when we performed our analysis, we found out that SHA-2 512 performed better. By performing better, I mean that the efficiency of SHA-2 512 is better. It takes less time to compute the same size of same size of data as hash than SHA-2 256. Also, if I talk about theoretically and based on the base knowledge, the SHA-2 512 provides higher security level than SHA-2 256. And we have tried to design our protocol for real-time mission scenarios. So these are the details of the protocols. The first step of the protocol is we have assumed that UAV and GCS share a pre-shared key. This pre-shared key has been allocated to both UAV and GCS by the satellite. Then UAV first generates its own ID. UAV has its own ID and it generates its own nonce. Then the timestamp of the message is taken, and along with the ID of GCS, like the first parameter is this include two IDs, the UAV's ID and the controller's ID, IDG. Then nonce generated by the UAV and the timestamp of the message, and it encrypts the message using AES SHA-3, which I mentioned earlier, and sends it to the ground control station. So
Sorry to interrupt, Ankush. Your
Yeah.
9 minutes are about over. So can you wrap up, please?
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Thank you. So then GCS also responds with a similar message where it takes IDs and it generates its nonce and gives takes the timestamp of the current message to and responds the same message to the UAV. Then the timestamp is being used there to avoid the use of the same message again and again. So each entity, like if the UAV receives a timestamp or the GCS receives a timestamp, it verifies that, okay, this message is a fresh message and it is not being replayed. So in order to avoid the replay attacks, we use timestamps over here. And then based on this, after completing the first, this particular step can be considered as a initial handshake, we can say. And after completing this initial handshake, both the UAV and the GCS compute a unique session key from the nonces and the pre-shared key, which was assigned to each of them by the satellite. So now, in order to confirm that in the last step in order to confirm that both the parties have received the correct versions of keys or having the same copy of the keys, we make use of HMAX and the communication of keys is ensured that, okay, while communication, the keys cannot be updated, and even if the keys get updated, the HMAX ensure that either party gets to know that the key has been changed or updated. So this is the second communication. Once the session key is once the session key is generated and the keys are confirmed, we make use of, like, the UAV and GCS make use of this particular session key in AES counter mode. Like, we use AES counter mode as well as the Aisha 3 both to compare the results, and I'll show the results later on. So using K
Show the
session.
result. Ankush, please show the result. I understood this. Please show the
Okay.
result.
So should I talk about this?
No, just go on to result.
Okay.
Hmm.
So for initially, without any updating, without any changes between, like, what we do is TLS uses original AES, and Quick also uses original AES, the existing AES. We perform our protocol on traditional TLS and Quick. So Quick was made more efficient than this TLS. So that is why we can see that total protocol time, if I talk about it, is less in Quick as compared to TLS. But when we integrated our proposed mechanisms in Quick and TLS, so AES SHA-3 instead of AES, we integrated AES SHA-3 and SHA-2 512 instead of the.
512.
Sorry?
512, not 212.
Yeah. Instead of SHA-2 256, we integrated 512. So we could see a significant difference in both the protocols implementation. Like in TLS, it was earlier taking about 398 milliseconds, and over here it reduced to 254 milliseconds. Similarly, in Quick, it was taking about 307 milliseconds, and here it reduced to almost half, which was 156 point something. So we concluded that our integration of AES SHA-3 and SHA-2 512 with Quick and TLS improves the efficiency of the overall protocol. And we also conclude that if we try to integrate this Quick and TLS in other applications as well, it might give us like better performances in other applications as well. So this was the paper which we had written, and in future directions we can try and implement this in a real satellite deployment, because in this, due to certain constraints in our campus, we could not deploy it on a real drone. We use the simulation environment. So we like the first step can be we can deploy it in a real satellite environment. Then adaptive session management, as in the sessions, like for every communication session, it can be adaptive. The keys can be adaptive and can be updated according to the session and certain more constraints which we can add. Also, as the quantum computation is being introduced in the
It's okay. I
Yeah.
understood your points. Yeah. So is there any other slide like reference or something?
This is the last one.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So thank you, Ankush. Are you a research scholar or?
So sir, like my PhD pre-submission is scheduled for 30th September. I'm done with my PhD.
Okay,
So-
great.
Yes,
So
sir.
congratulations for your PhD and for nice presentation. I have only one question for you.
Yeah.
Since you are telling that in satellite and UAV, you already installed the pre-shared key, right?
Yes.
So what is the need of this session key? Why are you managing the session key for
So,
this?
sir, the adaptive session management, which I talked about. So basically, to ensure that for every session, there, like, if a basically ensuring perfect forward secrecy or backward secrecy in the communication. So if a particular session key is compromised by the attacker, so in that case, only that session communication would be affected. And if we don't update the session key for every session, it might result in compromising of all the communication. So that is the reason we are updating the session key for every session.
Okay. Have you checked your implementation with limited bandwidth also? How much bandwidth you set for that?
So what we have done is we have assumed the bandwidth based on certain literature and certain like exploring the different websites on link. I found out that like we can assume the expected delay of satellite communication between 300 to 600 milliseconds. So in the protocol results which I showed, I haven't considered that 300 and 600 I have kept aside. It's just the protocol time. So based on different conditions, we can have 300 to 600 milliseconds additionally.
Okay, that's good. Thank you very much. If anybody have any question, please ask.
I
Okay,
guess.
Siddharth,
Yeah.
Thank you, Ankush. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Ankush. Thank you, sir. So it's my request, everyone, to stick with the time constraints. So up next, we have Jaya Chitranshi. She is presenting a system for advanced customer predictive analytics for marketing automation and marketing accountability. Jaya ma'am, are you here? I think she's not here.
Okay.
Moving next. So the next paper is also presented by Jaya itself. We'll move next. Okay. So the next paper is presented by Brianna Lee. She is presenting brand vulnerability in digital age, effect of negative publicity on purchase intention. Ma'am, are you there? Brianna ma'am? I think she's also not here. Moving forward. So up next we have Vishnu Menon. He is presenting emotion classification in news headlines of Operation Sindoor using machine learning, a comparative study of logistic regression and SBM. Vishnu sir, are you there? Vishnu sir? Okay, moving further. Up next we have Anant Chiranvari. He's presenting examining the mediating role of self-efficacy and student engagement between students' digital competence and their academic performance. Sir, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. You can start your presentation.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I hope you can see my screen, Dr. Tiwari.
Yeah. Please.
Okay, so good morning. Let me introduce myself. I'm an associate professor at UAE University in UAE. So thank you very much for this opportunity. And today my topic is about digital competence. So the digital competence is is a construct that has not been studied a lot. So and people assume that a lot of literature assumes that students who are digitally competent are good in academics, but obviously the relationship may not be direct, and so this study is an exploratory study trying to see if there are other variables that impact that mediate the relationship between competence and academic performance. I will first introduce the topic, then give a brief literature review, followed by the model and my proposed methodology. This is a work in progress, so right now we are developing scales, and I should be collecting data in the next a month in the month of October. But why is this important? This topic is important because you see a lot of educational institutions moving towards going online ever since the pandemic. A lot of previously, before the pre-pandemic, the many the institutions had a cultural resistance. The people used to think that there was some things that could not be taught online, or students will not be able to learn, because of barriers. But post pandemic, it was shown that students adapted very well, and the huge growth in online courses also testifies to that. So anyways, post pandemic, there were many universities which accelerated the adoption of digital technologies, because they were competing with other online courses like course platforms like edX, and they had to Coursera, and so they had to remain relevant. And students also they demanded that the universities give them convenience in the form of hybrid learning and high flex learning and so on, blended learning. So what we see today is a shift towards online courses. And when we talk about a shift towards online courses, what becomes important is whether students understand, whether they have the skills to comprehend what is being taught. Okay, so one construct that actually measures that is digital competence. It is it is slightly bigger than another basic term called digital literacy. Now, digital literacy it would basically refer to a basic understanding of the technology, but competence is having advanced skills. So it's let's say if we take the example of chat gpt, some use chat gpt just to do some basic searches, and then you have others who are very good in writing prompts and get very focused results using chat gpt. So it is they exhibit an advanced level of of skills which which is termed as digital competence. So the digital competence is goes beyond simple use, but it basically indicates a comprehensive usage of skills. And so in the area of learning, in the area of education, some so research that has looked at digital competence has indicated that it can actually lead to better learning. It has a positive impact, and so some of these the papers linked digital competence with academic achievement. So the more digital competence would mean the better academic achievement. But these very papers have simplified the whole relationship. They did not focus on other factors, but instead they were talking of maybe if X then Y. But we know that the relationship cannot be that straightforward. You will have other factors that impact students' learning. And so I looked at previous research and found that students' engagement and self-efficacy from the educational literature could play a role. And so the primary objective of this study is to see the impact of mediating impact of students' engagement and self-efficacy. So the idea is to contribute to, our findings will contribute to the literature on digital literacy and would indicate, which of these factors are more important. And so that hence this study, because it has not been done. Very few studies have been done. A brief literature review. So when I talk of digital competence, it's a multi-dimensional construct. So as I mentioned, it is advanced skills, and studies in education literature have started to look at the positive impact of digital competence, but they assume a direct relationship. But when we talk of digital competence, obviously since it's multidimensional construct, it has different areas with different areas of competence, technical, and then you have the cognitive dimension, which is very important for understanding. And then you have the ethical aspect. You're making sure that you are doing everything ethically. So when we talk of competence, and because it has different dimensions, and it's not just measured in terms of behavior. When we talk of the cognitive aspect, we are talking of maybe competence impacting other behavior, other cognitive constructs like engagement. The student engagement is one such construct. Basically engagement is very important. The students are more, literature generally says students are more engaged offline as compared to online, which is why we have face-to-face teaching. But literature also talks about let's say if students are more engaged in learning environments, then it leads to better academic performance. So if that is the if that is the if that is what the literature says, then obviously digital competence could impact student engagement, which could then impact their the overall learning. And so we took student engagement as one factor, and then self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is obviously a very studied construct. I mean, Bandura's book is highly, it was Bandura wrote a book on self-efficacy in 1977, and it has been used in countless studies. So I think when it becomes a useful construct as well, because when students are learning online, they need to have a belief that they can do better. Otherwise, it impacts their learning. And obviously, in a same classroom, you see some students doing very well because of their self-efficacy, higher self-efficacy, and some are not doing so well because they don't have belief in themselves. So self-efficacy is extremely important, and plays a role. In fact, so previous research indicates that students with a high level of self-efficacy do well in academics. So if someone is digitally competent, it should follow that if they have a higher order of skills, it should follow that they should have more self-efficacy, and so they should do well in academics. So obviously there are some performance impacts over here as well. So this is our model. I mean, a very basic model. You have digital competence impacting self-efficacy engagement, which in turn will lead to performance outcomes. So some basic hypothesis. We are assuming positive impact, and so the as I said, right now we are collecting items and testing them. And the idea is to do an online survey, collect data, and test our model, and for using university students.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Your 9 minutes are over. Can you please wrap up quickly?
Yeah, sure. I'm almost done. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We intend to collect data from 250 students, and basically analyze that using an appropriate method like SEM, because we are dealing with latent constructs. So as a result, the contribution of this study will are threefold. One, it will contribute academically. We will look at the impact of these factors on digital competence. We are integrating different theories which haven't been done. We if digital competence, the findings from this study could also show ways to integrate the content digitally to increase digital to lead to better performance outcomes. And finally, it also could suggest changes in how we deliver courses. To conclude, well, our idea is to, is to, the present findings which could impact, which could give insights to educators, like on the panel today, and hopefully make students better learners. Thank you.
Thank you, Anandaji. Thank you very much. Can you please switch on your camera, please? I have some 2 or 3 questions that I found. Actually, you have not reached on your results discussion, I think. You are on the middle of your implementation or your research. Is it so?
Yeah, well, we still, have not collected the results. I'll be collecting the data in the mid of October, and hopefully the result should be, obviously then we will analyze the data, and the paper should be ready in November. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So I have one question regarding that. How do you quantify the student digital competence?
Yeah, well, the digital competence obviously, refers to advanced skills. So there are, and I showed you the 3 dimensions. You have the technical skills and so on. So there are, the questionnaires, pre-existing questionnaires which we will adapt for our study. So we will use, questionnaires which are already, valid and, reliable. And I'm it's so because I mean it's a because it's a construct that is already out there. We already have items measuring which are reliable and valid, so I have adapted those for my study.
Okay,
I
good.
mean, I think
So,
the main issue is not so much about competence, but I think it is about the the performance outcomes, because we cannot get access to real GPAs. It is confidential, so it will be a perception of what a student feels in terms of how they are doing. So that I think is we are trying to see how we can get over it, but this is I guess one of the challenges of the study.
okay, so in your question, have you included any cultural or regional factors also that will
Um, you know,
influence your result?
No, that's a great, question. No, at this point in time, since I'm collecting data from universities in UAE, the cultural aspect is, I'm assuming the cultural aspect is uniform. But if I were to do an international study as a follow-up, where, collect data from different, locations, then you're absolutely right. Culture, could play a role. One of the other factors that could play a role could be gender.
Yes, yes. That's good. Now, so you are actually on the, you can say, mid of your research. So that you already seen shown me one figure. So in that figure, you already told about self-efficacy as well as engagement of these students, right? So
Yeah.
what do you think which will be the most stronger mediator?
Well, I would, that's a great question, sir. The literature, basically says, the impact of both, but I would, I believe that self-efficacy may be a stronger, indicator. If students, don't have the belief in, that they can perform certain tasks, then, it will, if they don't believe that, then it will lead to less engagement. So I think self-efficacy also could impact engagement.
Okay. Thank you very much, Anand. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
thank you. Thank you for your time, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. So up next we have Ku Kwale. He's presenting exploring YOLO V12 for multi-camera people tracking with bot sort ResNet 50 IBM and cluster self-refinement. Sir, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, you can start. Yeah, just a second. Yeah, you can start your presentation.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. My name is Cư Lê Quốc, representing FPT University, Vietnam. It's a pleasure to be here today. I will be represent our paper, called our paper with Huy Khánh Hứa and my other college. The focus of our presentation about this research title Exploring YOLO Retail for Multi-Camera People Tracking with Workshop, Witness 50 IBN and Cluster Cell Deployment. A table of content. This presentation is for part 1, introduction, part 2, methods, part 3, experiment, and part 4, conclusion. Sorry. Now let's move to the part 1, introduction. Why multi-camera tracking is a powerful technology. Its pure reliability is backed by 3 core challenges. The first, heavy occlusion. Individuals are hidden, causing the system to lose their track. The second, frequent identity switch. The system incorrectly swap people's identity each round. And the third, appearance variation. Are people's look change across camera due to lighting, pose, and viewpoint, making recognition difficult. Address this issue is primary motivation for our work. Now let's move to the part 2, methods. The pilot overview. Our system is designed as for state pilot. It starts object detection using YOLO retail. From detection, we extract robust appearance feature with the GNS 50 IBN. These features then fit into the workshop for the stable single camera tracking. Finally, a cluster-based matching algorithm associates their track across multiple cameras to assign consistent global IDs. Our work focus to demonstrate the critical impact of the initial detection state. Let's take a closer at the architecture of the YOLO retail, which are composed of the backbone, neck, and head. It's a high-performance stem from 3 key innovations. Its first, area attention module. The area attention module is on low to model to intelligently focus on the critical image region, which essential for dense sprint. And second, island design. The island design build richer feature to handle appearance variation without compromising speed. The final, optimize architecture using lightweight module ensure the model is both accurate and fast enough for the real-time application. To build a truly robust system, we select components directly address the core challenge I mentioned earlier. For the single camera tracking, we choose the workshop because it dual approach tackle the problem occlusion. While the camera filter reduce motion, the appearance feature provide powerful fallback. If a person temporarily hidden observed, can we identify and them based on their appearance on they reappeared, significantly reducing tracking failure. And next, for the re-identification, the challenge of the appearance variation is critical. We select ResNet 50 IBN because its key feature, the instant back normalization for all the IBN layer, is designed precisely for this problem. Its on-load model generate feature representation that's stable and consistent. Even when a people is viewed under different lightings from different angles or different camera models. And next final stage, we linked in video camera checklist by computing appearance similarity and applying an agglomerative clustering algorithm. We group on checklists that belong to same people, assigning them consistent global identifier throughout their journeys across the camera network. Now the part 3, experiment. Datasets. For our experiment, we use AI City Challenge 2024 datasets, which allow scale benchmark idea for this type. It features asynchronous, high resolution video from the multi-camera. We specify use Swing 1 and Swing 2 for the training object detection, and final for the inference and evaluation to the evaluate to the checking pipeline. We perform inference on the screen 42 and using for select camera other angle. A training result. Now let's look at the detection performance. We use resistance and standard MAB 50 metric for the evaluation. As a table 1, YOLO retail variation try the highest score across the board. It is the most accurate detector. The image on the right provide visualize confirmation showing consistently high confidence detection. And checking result without superior detector identified. The critical question is how this impact overall checking. We use multi-metric for evaluate this. The table should provide the answer. The pilot with the yellow V-tail X. I'll try the higher multi is 0.75949. The result comes from our initial hypothesis that a more accurate detector directly lead to the more robust system checking. Beyond the numbers, there's qualitative result provide visualize the evidence of our system effectiveness. As you can see here, individuals are assigned consistent identities indicated by the ID numbers. As they move through the environment and appear different camera viewed, they confirm the numerical when the multi-channel are more reliable and consistent in practice.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Your 9 minutes are over.
Yes. I continued. Our conclusions. To conclude, our work highlights several key findings. First and foremost, we saw that stronger detector directly leads to the better checking. Specification, our pilot with YOLO virtual achieved highest multi score. Thanks to the advanced architecture that's parallel and accuracy and consistent. This model framework is well set for the real world applications. And for the future work, we plan focus on the runtime optimization and enhanced robustness. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. Your name is Gu, yes?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, thank you. So you have not implemented your work up to now, that means on the real time or real data. And that means in the environment, real environment. You have not implemented yet, yes? Am I right?
Yes, it's a is I implement in AIC dataset, so it's not is practice dataset.
Yes. So I have one question according to with this comments that since it is not implemented as a real-time environment, so how will you validate your accuracy when you have a too much crowd, right? That means I can say there is a dense environment because in your result you are showing there are some number of person like 4, 5, 6, but not a dense population there. So in that particular case, how you will validate the accuracy? Because whenever you will go for the real time environment, in that you cannot limit the number of persons, isn't it?
I think thank you for the question. I think because I calculate the matrix in the AIC dataset, and I don't I not measure it in the in scale many people, and I think once when so not crowd many crowd in one location. This is
Yeah.
good watch for this guy.
Okay. But as far as Vietnam is concerned, it's okay. But if you will come to India and if you will see the crowd in that particular case, it is very much difficult because in India's environment, in India's very big city, like if you are coming to Mumbai, Delhi, the population is too much dense.
Yes. I think
Yeah.
it's disadvantage is my pipeline. I in the future I want to I want to I sorry I want to I want to run I want to optimization this guy. Yes.
Okay. That's good. Thank you very much, bro. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So up next we have TA Akshaya. She's presenting Metaverse entrepreneurship pathways of opportunities, challenges, and directions for future research. Akshaya ma'am, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, sure. So you can start your presentation.
Okay, thank you. Is this clear?
Yes. You can continue, sir.
Okay, thank you. My paper ID is 831 and my paper titled as Metaverse Entrepreneurship Pathways, Opportunity, Challenges and Direction for Future Research. And I am from Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Coimbatore. And this is my outline of my study. Start from introduction, then relevance and research questions, process and methodology, result, limitation of my study and implication. First of all, I'm starting with what is metaverse. Metaverse is an alternative universe that incorporates technologies like augmented reality, virtual reality, and blockchain, and and non-financial tokens. And during the COVID-19, this particular term become very popular because the outbreak that we know that AI and digital tools were emerged. And in the Connect conference in 2021, Mark Zuckerberg introduced the concept metaverse, and that also drew the attention to the people about this particular term. And the name change of Facebook also give importance to that, and people are eagerly searching for what is metaverse. So the implementation in metaverse in business has tremendous opportunities because it limit the limitations in the traditional market like geographical or time are removed in this particular business model. And metaverse facilitates help to facilitate new products, new services, and also providing employment opportunities and create new business models. And it also provide in the field of education that entrepreneurial education can be promoted through the tools in the metaverse. And metaverse anticipating in 2023, they are anticipating to be $1 trillion business using this particular business model. And it making a transition in the field of business sector by using these digital assets and virtual goods. And all And entrepreneurs also prepare for handle these drastic changes happening around the world. And the significance of metaverse entrepreneurship is mainly in the pillars of development like social and economy. So why this study matters? Because this study is focusing on the opportunities, challenges, and future research scope. So it's eradicating the gap, research gap is still existing, because most of the studies were focusing on the digital tools and business, but here we are mainly focusing on the opportunities and challenges, and also providing insights into the future research, and also providing more attention to the education system also. And it's providing insight into future research and support entrepreneurs how they can use these opportunities and challenges effectively. And we are providing that the do's and don'ts while adapting metaverse entrepreneurship in the business. And then it's also have policy relevance because it's providing insight into the policy makers how to formulate policies and regulations to handle these business models. And then it is a novel contribution to entrepreneurship literature because it providing a insight into the academic literature and providing practical implication as well as theoretical application in the field of entrepreneurship research. And there are three research questions I am proposing. First one is how does the metaverse generate opportunities in entrepreneurship? And the second one is what are the challenges while adopting metaverse entrepreneurship? And third one is what is the future research scope in metaverse entrepreneurship? And I used the research methodology like SPA for SLR, is scientific procedure, rationals for systematic literature reviews. There are three steps: assembling, arranging, and assessing. Through this exclusion and inclusion criteria, I found 25 papers. After 38 papers were excluded from 63 papers. So 25 papers were considered for the literature review. As per the literature review, the results on opportunities, challenges, and scope for future research gap I find in opportunities, there are opportunities in the field of technologies in metaverse, that is AR, VR, blockchain, and NFTs, that providing tremendous employment, entrepreneurial possibilities, and NFTs also providing this a digital asset that providing tremendous opportunities for the creators and innovators in markets and their product. And digital entrepreneurship have a tremendous opportunity because using AI, cloud computing, Web 4.0 that help to develop new business models. And in the field of education, ICT tools like AI and the various tools in the field of AI can provide a massive contribution to the education system also. For providing education in the field of metaverse entrepreneurship. And it's also providing a new business model where the traditional market have limitations like geographical or time limitations were existed. So this metaverse entrepreneurs remove these bad restrictions in the business world. And it's also provide opportunities and direction to the young entrepreneurs who are coming to this business world. And for MSMEs, it gain opportunities while they can engage the consumers, market expansion, and innovation. And economic impact, it provide support for the exabyte gig economies where people who are in the field of freelance and contract workers. It's also provide opportunities. And this picture is the overall conclusion about the opportunities in the metaverse entrepreneurship. And the next one is challenges in metaverse entrepreneurship. As we know that the technology it's a bit high cost, it involves high cost. So adoption in the technologies like metaverse in the business, it will be have high cost while adopting. And the technology, we know that we are all governments are focusing on reducing the digital gap in all economy, but there is still exists the digital gap in the various fields. So the digital gap exists, that it may be a challenges to metaverse entrepreneurship. And we know that AI and the metaverse are the emerging business areas or the new concepts. So the regulation and policies available have limited, and the clarity in the laws and regulations are very low. So that may be a restriction for in adopting metaverse in entrepreneurship. And as we know that there is a need for a structural adjustment, because we are adopting something new to the business. So there is need for the structural adjustment that maybe take time, and the business man should provide support and training to the employees while adopting this particular model. Then what related to the MSMEs, we know that we
Sorry to
are
interrupt you, ma'am.
micro, small,
Ma'am,
okay.
sorry to interrupt you, but your 10 minutes are over. So can you just quickly wrap up?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, sir. Then there is a challenges in the MSME, because they are working on the limited fund, and there is educational challenges also, security threats also exist, and survival skills should technologically adaptive, innovative. So there is a survival skill exist, and there are what are the future scope for research, that is implementation studies should be conducted, social ethical dimension should be addressed, NFT research should be conducted, and educational integration should be conducted, and MSME and small ventures should be addressed in the field of metaverse entrepreneurship, and the investigate the role of metaverse in sustainable entrepreneurship should be taken. And for the limitation of the study, this only included the Scopus Index documents also. That is a major study, and also metaverse entrepreneurship is an early developing in an early stage, so that is maybe a limitation. And implication for policymakers, it will address the socio-economical legal aspects, and for entrepreneurs, they can have this study providing opportunities, what are the opportunities for the innovation and not just a marketplace. For educators, they can redesign the curriculum and pedagogy to integrate metaverse based entrepreneurship. As a conclusion, I would like to say metaverse blends human creativity, technology to expand entrepreneurship. It have a tremendous opportunity in the coming years. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Akshay. Thank you very much for your nice presentation, as well as for your confidence in speaking all these things.
Thank you, sir.
Akshay, can you please tell me one example of metaverse entrepreneurship that is already in implementing?
It's in the field of digital, and the people who are buying the digital, that is avatar based NFTs are buying, and many celebrities are creating, and they are owning such assets.
Okay. In such case, is there any you already did so much work and very good work for challenges. I have one question in my mind. You already said in some of your PPT that is legal issue, right? So, could metaverse business face legal issues also across the jurisdiction?
It's because, sir, we know that the digital assets or the metaverse is not legalized, so there is a limitations in the regulations also.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what about the cost of AR/VR if you are implementing this metaverse?
Sir, the cost will be very high. While analyzing in Kerala, the people are not aware, and they are not ready to adapt VR and AR, because it have high cost. Because in India, like we can't, something new can be very expensive. When coming years, it will be reduced.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Akshay. Thank you very much
Thank you,
for your
sir.
presentation.
Thank you, Akshay. Thank you, sir. So, Akshay, can you switch off your presentation? So yeah, up next we have Chirani Pereira. She's presenting mining strategic business insights from online reviews, a case study in the southern coast of Sri Lanka. Chirani, ma'am?
Yes, I mean.
Yeah, you can start your presentation.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Chirani Pereira, and I'm pleasure to present our research title, Mining Strategic Business Insights from Online Reviews, a case study in the southern coast of Sri Lanka. This work was conducted with my co-authors Suvini Ranavira and Indra Mahakalande from the University of Mortu. Our study explores how tourist reviews can be analyzed using natural language processing to uncover valuable insights for coastal tourism management in Sri Lanka. Today, online reviews are central travel decision making. Most travelers consult Google reviews, TripAdvisor, and similar platforms before choosing destinations. These reviews strongly influence perceptions and expectations. In Sri Lanka, coastal tourism is vital to the economy. However, existing research mainly focuses on environmental and infrastructure aspects, not on what tourists themselves say. Therefore, our study applies NLP methods to capture and analyze authentic voices of visitors at southern beaches, providing a more data-driven perspective. By focusing directly on visitor reviews, we not only identify what attracts tourists, but also what discourages them from returning. The objectives of our study were fourfold. First, to analyze tourist perceptions of 7 southern beaches in Sri Lanka. Second, to apply NLP methods including sentiment analysis, topic modeling, engram analysis on Google reviews. Third, to identify key themes, sentiments, and issues shaping visitor experiences. And finally, provide actionable data-driven insights that can support policymakers and stakeholders in improving coastal tourism management. Together, these objectives aim to bridge the gap between what tourists express online and how tourism managers respond in practice. Prior studies confirm that reviews shape satisfaction and loyalty in Sri Lanka. Research has examined hotel services, marine tourism, and environmental issues, but not visitor-generated content about beaches. Globally, NLP has been applied to tourism reviews using sentiment analysis and topic modeling to identify themes like safety, culture, and service quality. The research gap is clear. No major studies in Sri Lanka have used NLP to analyze beach reviews. Our work addressed this gap by applying modern AI methods to a local tourism context. We contribute both global tourism research and to Sri Lanka's own development strategies. Here, we analyze 4,590 Google reviews covering 7 southern beaches. Non-English reviews were translated and pre-processing steps such as cleaning, removing stop words, and lemmatization were applied. 3 NLP techniques were used here. First, sentiment analysis using BERT model to classify reviews from 1 to 5 stars. Second, topic modeling with BERT embeddings to extract themes more precisely than traditional methods. Third, engram analysis, where we identified common positive and negative praises and visualized them in word clouds. This framework gave us both qualitative and quantitative insights into tourist perception. It allowed us not only to measure the general sentiment but also to uncover extract issues tourists mention repeatedly, something policymakers can directly act upon. As shown in these sentiment-based word clouds, positive praises include golden sand, hidden gem, and natural beauty, which highlight tourists appreciate its scenic landscapes. On the negative side, praises such as full garbage, waste time, and staff terrible reveal issues of pollution, dissatisfaction, and poor services. What stands out how consistent these problems are across different beaches. Visitors prize the natural setting but express frustration about crowding, waste management. This tells us while natural beauty is the Sri Lanka's biggest strength, weak management of basic issues risk undermining the visitor experiences. Here, topic modeling helps us to uncover dominant themes at each beach. For example, Jungle Beach is admired for its scenic beauty but criticized for pollution and crowding. Unawatuna is praised for coral reefs, scuba diving, and restaurants, yet suffers from jet ski safety risk and overcrowding. Mirisa receives positive feedback for its dining culture but negative comments about stray animals and water quality. Talpe is appreciated for its natural pools but visitors complain about parking and facilities. Dalawela is famous for turtle sighting, but reviews reveal harmful practices like feeding and touching turtles. Silent Beach is loved for its peaceful setting, but faces criticism for hotel privatization and limiting access. And Kabalana stand out as a top surfing spot, especially for beginners, through visitors warn against over commercialization. These results show the strengths and weaknesses that differ from beach to beach. This level of detail means we can suggest tailored improvements rather than one size fits all solutions. On this table, you all see scenic beauty is the common across all beaches, but overcrowding is also a widespread issue. Pollution is a concern at Unawatuna, Jungle Beach and Virissa. Accessibility is limited at Silent and Talbe beaches. Some beaches have special identities, Dalawela for turtle watching, Kabalan for surfing and Unawatuna for nightlife and infrastructure. This overview allows policymakers to prioritize which challenges matter most at each destination. In other words, the table acts as a roadmap showing which beach need infrastructure upgrades, which need stricter regulations, and which needs conservation measures. Based on the results here, we suggest beach-specific actions. At Jungle Beach, better waste management can reduce pollution. At Unawatuna, regulating jet ski operations and managing crowds will improve safety. Mirisa needs control of stray animals and improve hygiene. Talpe require upgrades to facilities and fairer parking policies. At Dalawela, strict guidelines are needed for responsible turtle tourism. Silent Beach must balance hotel development with public beach access, and Kabalana should continue as a beginner-friendly surf hub but must avoid over-commercialization.
Sorry to
These
interrupt you, ma'am. Your 9 minutes are over. So please wrap up.
Okay. To conclude, Sri Lanka's southern beaches have strong natural appeal, but they have faced recurring issues such as overcrowding, pollution, and safety concerns. By applying NLP methods to tourist reviews, we can capture real visitor perception at scale, offering actionable insights for tourism management. For future work, we suggest expanding the dataset for multiple platforms such as TripAdvisor and Facebook and conducting seasonal or long-term trends. This would provide a deeper insight for sustainable coastal tourism. Ultimately, the goal is to ensure that Sri Lanka's natural beauty is matched by world-class management, creating experiences that keep visitors coming back. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Shalani. Thank you very much for your nice presentation. And I'm so much eager to visit Sri Lanka after seeing your presentation. So I have some questions regarding your PPT. See, you have all genuine reviews, isn't it? Positive or negative, right? These are the genuine reviews. Is these genuine reviews?
I scrape, yes, actual reviews scrape from.
Actual means actual means genuine reviews, right?
Yeah.
Have you found any fake reviews also in that?
Yes.
So how you
Mix
deal with that?
positive, negative
No,
mix.
no. Positive, negative may be genuine. Somebody may say positive, somebody may say negative about it, but both are genuine, isn't it? Have you
Yeah.
understood that?
Yes.
That genuine. If I feel positive, I will give positive review. If I am not feeling well, right? If something happened with me, not good with me, so I will give the negative. Right? So this is correct. That genuine may be positive or negative. both, no problem.
Yeah.
But what about fake review? Sometimes we get the fake review. Fake review means company or hotel person can give their own reviews by their own. That is not the actual given by the tourist. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So have you deal with such kind of data also?
Actually, no, sir. Only collect data and their sentiment and themes.
Okay. You just collect the data and you thought that full data is genuine data. That may be positive or negative, but you don't know how much fake inside. Because sometimes it
Yes.
happened that some hotel person from their own beach, they can give their own feedback. They employed 4 or 5 person to just give the review, all positive
Yes, sir.
reviews. Right. So in that particular case, you cannot get the actual picture of the place. And other than that, I have one more
Yes.
question. During n-gram analysis, you already did n-gram analysis, right? So which feature gave you the most useful insight in your analysis?
It depends on beach to beach. Then some beaches mention some beaches mention as negative about garbage. As for example, for Jungle Beach, in Engram analysis, they mention about garbage most. It is the main concern in negative. In Jungle Beach, in positive aspect, it mostly discuss about its natural beauty.
Okay, so what is the common attribute that you find, the common features that you find that gives you the most useful insight? Beauty?
Almost every beaches have scenic beauty. Most of the, as well as the, overcrowding and waste is the major issues. In main insights I collect is in Dalavela Beach.
Yes, in all the beaches.
Common scenic beauty is the most common thing, and as negative, garbage and waste management.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shirani ma'am. Thank you, sir. So up next we have, So up next we have Mayanka Gupta. She's presenting Xsense V1, a survey and proposed framework for video segmentation and object detection in autonomous vehicles. Yeah, ma'am. You can start your presentation.
Good morning, everyone. Just a moment. Is my presentation visible?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So today I'm here to present ZenSense version 1, a survey proposed framework for video segmentation and object detection in autonomous vehicles. So as we all know that autonomous vehicles is one of the, niche field right now. So what we have proposed is something which we want to do for Indian roads or similar to Indian roads. So the agenda, background, the problem statement, research objectives, literature survey, and then our proposed framework with the preliminary results and future work. So the background of the study, as we all know, the accurate perception is necessary for autonomous driving, but control test cases are not always dependable in the real world scenario. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to detect objects that are blocked, that is occlusions, unfavorable weather conditions such as fog, rain, and blur, potholes, uneven bumps, etc. So particularly this model we are trying to work out with Indian roads. So our scope of study is to build a real-time deep learning framework that tackles occlusion anomalies and other bumps and conditions and the relevance. Since autonomous driving is already there, we want it to be available within our country as well, so that we can make best use of the already available technology. And we have used, like, how can we use the YOLO, Midas, or deep sort within our currently available algorithms, which can be used for our particular problem statement is our research question. And we are trying to create a framework for autonomous driving's real-time video segmentation and labeling, combining.
Mayank, sorry to disturb you. Your PPTs are not. It is stuck. It is not doing.
Oh, it's not moving, sir?
Yeah, it's not moving.
I'll just stop sharing and reshare it. Just a moment, sir.
Okay.
It's probably not getting shared in the presentation mode. Can I run it like this? Is it visible?
Okay. Now I am seeing preliminary design. Yeah, research objective.
Is it like
Yeah, it's
it's
moving.
moving?
Yeah.
The slide?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in the presentation mode, I probably feel there's a glitch. So yeah, our research objectives include to create a framework for autonomous driving in real-time video segmentation. So we want to combine the tracking, depth estimation, as well as detection of objects that are not visible to us. For example, like in Indian roads, we can see that cows or vehicles moving in a very uh, not very systematic way. So we are trying to detect all those occultations as well as the weather conditions. If we have fog or any other kind of systems, so how would we detect them to improve autonomous driving? We also want to make sure that it's safe. Autonomous driving doesn't, create unsafe structure. So we have a preliminary design ready, and we've worked on this. So here we are taking the live videos and using the YOLO segmentation, the first layer. We are first segmenting the frames and detecting the objects, etc. The second layer, that is a deep sort tracker, basically detects a fog, potholes, speed bumps, etc. There are two different models that have been trained for that. And then at the third layer detects the speed and direction estimator. And all of these are then combined. The metrics are combined to give us a annotated video that basically gives us that which is the speed it is coming and gives us signals based on whether there's a hazard or should we take a different route, etc. So the literature survey that we've done, there are various papers that we checked for object segmentation, semantic labeling. We found that various finding different objects like based on your adjusting your contrast, etc., worked out really well. So we have taken those features into our model. The next is detection under adverse condition. Again, for that, we have taken a different sort of OD convolution network and attention feature fusion, all of those, so that they are hazy and less visible frameworks or videos can be, robustness can be brought into those videos as well. Then speed and direction estimation. For that, we have basically tried to do optical flow, like how is the optical flow of motion aware features. So we have this work has not been implemented to the extent that we want, but we are trying to implement it so that we can exactly estimate what the speed and direction of the object is. And partially hidden or occluded objects, again for this we are trying to if we see a partial object, for example, if we see just half of the car visible or occluded car visible, then we are trying to maintain a 3D context in that case so that we have a total feature and how big can that car be, so that we can basically use that in our model as well. Again, pothole and speed bump detection, that is the road anomalies, are one of the features. Then prompt-based detection, this is not something that we've already implemented, but we want to implement it going further. So we want, like for example, if I am giving a prompt within my autonomous driving, will it be able to respond? So we have also identified that there were few studies that showed that prompt-based detection actually works really well in cases of where there can be something which is not apart from the very systematic flow. Then memory-based detection, again, this also helps in the occultation part where, you have the memory of, let's say, a cow looks like this. So if you're seeing just the tail part or something like that, then we'll be able to make the entire image of a cow, and we'll probably be able to tell that this is the direction the cow is moving, so it'll probably be in our path. So that kind of model is there. So these are the accuracies of video segmentation models that have been studied. So there were few that were around 99.21%, but they were in very systematic conditions. In real-time scenarios, we've seen that most of the models do not fare that well. The accuracies ranged from 55% to 60, 63, 70%. So our proposed framework, basically, the input layer basically gives a video stream for vehicle mounted cameras, and then we pre-process the noise, we reduce the noise. Then we use a YOLO V11 to real-time object detection like vehicles, pedestrians, potholes, etc. And the Midas framework we used for depth estimation so that the perception is distance aware, and it also helps in the direction of the object. Deep sort is used to check the speed and trajectory. And after we have these core components, we try to integrate each of these, and ultimately we try to find the position, distance, speed, and direction, and detect if there is a hazard, or should we be taking the same route, or should we change to another route. Finally, the output layer is basically what gives us the analysis, and we based on that we can do the performance evaluation. So these are the preliminary results that we have. We have developed a YOLO-based computer vision model, and it is optimized for efficiency for 2 milliseconds inference per image.
Mayanka, sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
but your 9 minutes are over. So can you please
Yes, sir.
quickly wrap up?
Yeah, this is conclusion, sir. So we've the model that we've done has a training and validation losses. As we can see, it's been showing stable learning and minimal overfitting. So it's a stable convergence, as well as our validation metrics have improved steadily, reaching a strong precision recall. And future works, as I said, we are trying to include a few other sensors to make it better and integrate the satellite imagery, etc. So in conclusion, we are trying to make a framework that works best for our uh, country, and maybe get autonomous driving into the kind of roads that we have. So these are the references. Thank you.
Thank you, Venkat. Thank you for your research. And it will be good for the country also if it is implemented. So this is basically the what regarding the autonomous vehicle, right?
Yes, sir.
So is this driverless vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
And more than driverless vehicles, sir, it's more like a companion, because driverless is kind of like you need very, very systematic routes for those, and it doesn't really work out in real time scenario. So this is kind of a assistive driving more than driverless vehicles. So
Accepted. Okay, good. It's okay, no problem, whatever. So actually, I have some doubt regarding your this ZenSense V.1. How are you handling the low light condition? Like for example, we can say fog.
yes, sir.
In that, how your model is supporting that thing? How the picture will be segmented? How accuracy will be found in that particular case
So,
at
so
real
in
time?
case So in case of fog, what we're trying to do is using the image cleaning. We are trying to, let's say we are able to see just the headlight part of it. So are we able to duplicate the pixels, and based on the memory, are we trying to, get the image? Are we able to estimate if there's a vehicle over there? And also currently the one that we have, it doesn't work really well with the foggy conditions, but it does work. So in case of low lighting conditions or night lights, if you're able to see the partial image, the same thing that we have seen in the occultation, we are trying to build up the entire image and get the estimate of from where to where the vehicle would be present, or let's say any other object, human, etc., would be present. So we are trying to remove the fogs based on the image processing. We are trying to remove the foggy layers behind
Okay.
this thing.
Okay, and how much distance it is covering your camera or
It's
vehicle camera?
about 2 to 12 to 15 meters, sir. Currently, in foggy
12,
conditions, it is.
12 to 15 meters. Okay. Suppose we are on the highway, like Indian highway nowadays, very, very good, right? And
Yes, sir.
everybody is driving with the speed of 120, 140, like that, right? So 12 to 15 meters is sufficient to control the car.
No, sir. In case, so actually the distance basically depends on what's your pixel of the camera. So in case of your highways, since it's a very clear vision, the amount of pixels that are being captured within your camera increases. So what I'm saying about is a
So I
worst
am,
case.
your work is very good. I am appreciating that thing, but I am talking about this foggy condition or low light condition. Right,
Yes, sir.
in low light condition also on the highway, if you will, it's I have an experience, at least in foggy condition also. Suppose I am going from Agra to New Delhi, right,
Yes.
on the expressway, right, we are driving with the speed of 100 even, and we seen so many accident in the news on that
Yes.
particular road, right? So if 12 meter distance is it okay to
No, so
control the car?
currently it wouldn't help in that condition. So we are trying to, in the next version, not in the current version, we are trying to integrate few sensors rather than camera because camera is unable to capture large scale distances. So we are trying to include some sensors to detect the presence of vehicles rather than just depending on the camera images.
Very good, that will be better. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayanka. I can see Joya has joined the meeting, so we can proceed with a
Okay.
presentation. Just a second.
Yes,
L-
yes,
Let me
sir.
share. Yeah. So she's presenting a system for advanced uh, customer predictive analytics for marketing automation and market accountability. Jaya, one request. We are already above the time, so can you please wrap up your presentations?
Yeah, but there is a message you cannot start a screen share while the other
Yeah,
participant
sure. Just a second.
sharing.
I'm sharing the screen. Yeah, now you can share your screen.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
loading.
hope my, yeah. I hope the presentation is visible
Yeah, it's visible.
Yeah, yeah. Continue, please. Go ahead.
and I hope it's moving.
Yeah, it's moving also.
Okay. So the paper ID is 764 and the title of the paper is a system for advanced customer predictive analytics for marketing automation and market accountability. The authors of this paper are Dr. Reena Lenka, Dr. Jaya Chitranshi and Dr. Vanishri Pabalkar, and the presenter is Dr. Jaya Chitranshi. This is a brief abstract of the paper, predictive. So the paper actually uses predictive analytics. So predictive analytics enhances marketing automation and market accountability. Predictive analytics enables personalized campaigns, data-driven decision making, designing, and it helps in designing optimized strategies for business. And the study actually uses exploratory study with 10 key witnesses. This is a qualitative research based study. The outcome of this research was it came up with an applied system integrating key functional elements for value based marketing. uh, uh, a brief of the literature review. So the paper, this study actually focuses on marketing automation and marketing accountability. When we talk of marketing automation, AI and blockchain can be used for transparency and adaptability. And one of the papers, and some of the papers also emphasized AI-based customer targeting and personalization, which helps in marketing automation. The other important variable of this study is market accountability. So accountability is nothing but responsibility for the outcomes, and AI does improve forecasting, ethical decision making, and reporting. So there was a research gap that was observed. So to integrate marketing automation with predictive analytics for value-based accountability, this research was conducted. This is uh, the diagram that is designed by the researchers based on this study. So it actually focuses on customers, and the company is getting customers, and then it is and getting cash flows, and then using the process of market automation will enhance market value, and uh, this will benefit the organization also, and will bring in a lot of transparency also. So this figure shows a view of customers and market value through predictive marketing. Research methodology, this is a qualitative study, and it is based on 10 interviews. There were certain steps. First one is unitizing, identifying key terms and units of analysis for developing this system. Classification, analyze market automation components. This classification was used. Aggregation, map marketing accountability into applied model is done through aggregation. Integration, predictive analytics and market automation software, they were used along with each other to come up with a value-based marketing plan. And then finally, the diagrams for predictive marketing and analytics process were drawn, and these diagrams are part of the paper. The major findings of the study was, the findings were, market automation helps measure ROI and ensures accountability. AI actually helps in accurately identifying target customers. Operational and strategic marketing can be aligned with market automation software, and this improves value creation. Evaluation parameters across firms using market accountability, market automation and accountability, and ethics, predictive analytics also, it helps in enhancing fairness, privacy and data-driven decision making. So the conclusion of the paper was integration of, like this is what is done in the paper, integration of market automation with predictive analytics, and this combination enhances value-based marketing plans and ensuring it, and this further ensures accountability and optimizes budget allocation. And the paper, and this study will help in practical testing in organizations, and ethical deployment for fairness and privacy will also happen if we are using this this model. So these are some of the references.
Thank you, Jayam. Thank you very much for your presentation. Are you from Pune?
Yeah, sir. I am from
Symbiosis
Pune.
Symbiosis Pune.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. I am from Symbiosis, and somehow I got confused about that timings.
Okay, it's okay.
So,
It's okay.
as per Indian time, I logged in around 9:30.
It's okay. It's okay, ma'am. Ma'am, your work is very good. You are doing good, and your team is also doing very good.
Thank
As
you.
far as your system is, that your research is concerned, marketing automation is good, but I didn't understood market accountability means.
Okay,
In
sir.
context to your system, actually. What
Sir,
do you mean?
okay. Sir, Dr. Reena Lenka is the first author of the paper. So she is
Okay.
there. I would request her to answer this query.
Okay, she is here.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good
This is
morning.
Dr. Reena here, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
So
The
can you
question
please?
is market automation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Can you
no,
please?
marketing automation, it's okay. I understood about marketing automation. I'm confused, little bit confused about the market accountability.
Yeah.
Right, in context to your system, actually.
Sorry?
There are two things, market accountability and market automation.
Yeah.
Sir wants to know about marketing accountability.
Accountability.
Yeah.
In context to your system.
Yeah. So how market accountability is important, right? So that you
Yes,
want to
yes.
know, sir? Yeah.
Yeah.
So like when we are talking about customers and when we are talking about market automation, so there are certain stakeholders who should be accountable for whatever we are giving. So in this, like if you see this diagram, sir, so here we have market value, cash flows, and then we have company, competitors, all these things are there, sir. So when a company is talking about the competitors, and the company is going for anything which is related to the competitors. So there is a kind of accountability from all the stakeholders of the company, sir. So whatever decisions we are taking, if we are going for a market automation also, there should be accountability from the company itself. So here, that is why I'm talking about market accountability.
And you have taken the sample of 10 customers
Yes,
only, right?
because yeah. So since it is a close-based study, so that's why, and this has been this is a patent what I have, applied for, and I have got this patent also. So this we are planning to implement in the company from where this I got the data. So that's why there were 10 customers. So I didn't want to go for a wide one because since it is a patent one, so I didn't want to involve many stakeholders in that.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Jana.
Thank you, ma'am. Just a second. I need to share my screen once. Yeah. So the next presentation is by
Yeah.
Jaya itself.
Yes,
She is presenting an HRM decision-making model in an MNC using predictive analysis.
Yes, sir. So this is the other paper. So
Okay.
I'll share my screen.
Yeah, it's visible, ma'am.
No, this is not that.
Yeah, this is the same file because that is open. I'll just a second. I'll close that file. I hope the screen is visible now.
Not yet, ma'am.
No, ma'am. I think you need to share it again.
Okay, so I'll have to.
Yeah, it's your presentation is starting. Yeah, it's open. You can start.
Yes, sir. So good morning, sir. So the paper ID is 854 and the title of the paper is an HRM decision-making model in an MNC using predictive analytics. So the previous one was actually based on marketing automation and marketing accountability, but this one is about HRM. So the presenter is Dr. Jaya Chitranshi and the authors are Dr. Reena Lenka, Dr. Jaya Chitranshi and Dr. Vanishri Pabalkar. HRM actually focuses on recruitment, training, evaluation, rewards, and certain other functional areas. Talent planning is crucial for any organization's success and its effectiveness. And data processing and predictive analytics, they enhance decision making, and thus they help in all these functions. So this study combines a descriptive and predictive certain descriptive and predictive techniques for understanding higher cognitive tasks for the HR function and then to make a decision. So analytics actually improves workforce planning, employee performance, the process of hiring. AI, machine learning, and big data, they are actually transforming the field of HR. So adoption of AI influenced by technology, readiness, leadership, and culture. If we are using AI, this is going to help. This technology is going to help in making the organization more technologically ready. Is going to help. This is going to help the leadership function and enhance its effectiveness and speed. And this is also going to affect the culture of the organization because the organization will be proactive and it will be as per, it will not get obsolete and it will have the new systems and processes in place to accommodate the right kind of employees and to so that they can give their best services to the customers. So certain challenges of this include data privacy, skill gaps, and resistance. If we are going by predictive analytics and we are using AI in these HR functions, then obviously data privacy will be a challenge because it is important, because you have to have data privacy, and there will be certain skill gaps that will be observed, and these skill gaps need to be filled up, and resistance to data will also be there. Resistance to these systems will also be there, because people are not the people are not AI. They are not that much trained into AI and into predictive analytics and understanding these things, and then deciding how to function in this climate. So the methodology for this paper was data collection was done from certain HR records, tests, and performance metrics which were existing in companies. Certain cases were identified to create correlation based rules for organizations, because this is going to help us in coming up with a system. Data mining was used for that. Certain algorithms were used like C4.5 and J48 KNN. Certain observations were recorded and certain insights were extracted. And then a predictive model was developed and based on certain predictive scores that were formulated with the use of this. So the study uses certain case studies and applications. So recruitment, a card algorithm helps predict hiring. This was used for talent management, classification and clustering forecast roles were done. For employee turnover, logistic regression and neural network were used to analyze attrition. And so certain case examples that were used in this study were HP. So because HP reduced its attrition by 5% with the use of AI. Oracle Fusion's cloud models, they also help in planning. And TCS is personalizing HR analytics. So HP, Oracle, and TCS, their data was also used, and the study came up with a framework. So workforce data store records in knowledge warehouses. They were seen and they were used in the model. Data mining, map patterns using classifiers and networks were used. Predictive analytics was used and statistical models were used in predictive analytics that create predictive scores. Predictive decisions were taken. If else rules, they actually guided the action during development of this framework. There were certain benefits because you have real-time decisions, personalized management, it is cost efficient, AI integration is done. So this is the proposed model that came up. Workforce data was analyzed with the help of data mining and data understanding, and they helped in using predictive analytics, predictive model, and predictive decisions. So the future directions are strategic planning can be done with the help of this model. AI powered platforms can be developed, real time interventions can be used, ethical HR practices can help the organizations, scalable solutions can be created for organizations. And the conclusion was that predictive analytics with the help of data mining is revolutionizing HRM in MNCs, driving accuracy, efficiency, and fairness for organizational growth. So, sir, this is also actually, this paper is based on a patent that we filed and got in our names. And so this was the initial work based on which the model and the patent were developed. There were various designs in the patent. We have taken one model here, and so this was the paper. Thank you, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I have only one question. Somebody was in from the computer science field with you, or are you from that field?
Sir, Dr. Reena Lenka is there. She is actually from the field of HR analytics and technology. So,
okay, so she is computer graduate.
Sorry, sir.
Are you computer graduate?
I'm not a computer graduate, sir, but I have got a certain, inclination towards that. And since I'm teaching HR analytics, and I have got a little bit of idea in that.
Very good. Ma'am, I have one question. Have you implemented this?
this thing we have implemented in
because you are talking about AI, you are talking about that means like data mining, right? And
Yeah.
prediction also.
Yeah.
I have not seen any result in that. A result predictive
Yeah, because
result.
this is yet to be implemented. This is the patent what we have got, sir. So once we get the patent, then only we can implement it. So that way, it's not a kind of a research. It's a kind of a patent based. So where one or two companies I have already
Three.
three companies we have already zeroed down. So we are
Okay,
trying to
no,
implement that, sir. So
no,
that
that's
talk is
okay.
going on.
That's okay. If you are going for the patent, what result you will show to your the company or anybody? If suppose this patent is already published, is this published?
Yeah. So these companies like
is this published?
just
Patent is published.
Yes, sir, this is published.
So this is published already. So sir, these companies they were when we went for their we talked to them and they were facing certain kind of problem related to attrition, and then they had some problems related to planning and all those. So we thought that if we can implement this thing, so this will be also helping them, because predictive analytics helps in these kind of things. Like if there are certain
Actually,
problems.
if somebody will use your patent, right, in their organization, they must have to collect the data, they must have to implement to AI, they must have to do the mining, then they will get the result. No?
Yeah. So they have all these things. So this model would be helping them in implementing that, and the result once it comes, so
It's a
then it is going
conceptual
to be
patent,
a
you
kind
can
of
say.
a
It's a
future thing,
concept,
sir.
conceptual patent kind of thing, right?
Yes, sir.
That's okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you so much, sir. Good
Thank
day.
you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank
Thank
you.
you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
So up next we have so up next we have Brina Mievitanvili. She is presenting brand vulnerability in digital age, effect of negative publicity on purchase intention. Ma'am, are you there?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, you
Thank
can
you
share
very
your
much.
screen.
Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, I screen visible, but some background noise is coming. I don't know from where it is coming. So yes, can you check it?
Sorry?
Some background voice is coming, noise.
The background of PPT or the background of me myself? The
I don't
visual
know
background.
actually. I will ask to Siddhesh, who is controlling all this session.
Yeah,
Siddhesh,
so
then
so
this
only
noise is coming.
Brianna ma'am's mic is on, so I think from her side it's coming.
Hold on, yeah.
It's okay, Brianna, you can continue. I will manage that.
Okay. It's okay?
Yeah, it's okay. Please continue.
Okay. Yeah. A very good afternoon to everyone. So I'm going to present my paper entitled Brand Vulnerability in Digital Age, Effects of Negative Publicity on Purchase Intention. So this paper was written together with my colleagues, Livan Pao and Daniela. Okay, so this is a bit of the background. As we all know, the current digital users are increasing year by year. Now there are more than 5.31 billion social media users worldwide, and that is already over half of the global population. And in Indonesia itself, in the brand presence, we have MSMEs, so medium, small enterprises who are always trying to adopt new ways to reach their audience through TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, through social media. And of course, the target market are normally Gen Z because they're active social media users, and they also have very high engagement with online shopping. And now what we want to talk about is actually negative publicity. So there has been a saying that all publicity is a good publicity. Because if you go viral, then you will assume that it's a good thing. People know about your brand and so on. But then actually because we also have a case in Indonesia where the brands on purpose try to create negative publicity so that they go viral. But then again, because the context is actually not positive, it's negative. They had this gimmick, they had this agenda where basically they kind of fight or with an influencer online, yeah, so that it becomes a viral case. But then again, it's actually a negative and it's not positive. So what we want to show is that actually not all publicity is good publicity. Yeah? So if it's a negative publicity, there's a high chance that it's actually going to affect people's purchase intention. They actually don't want to purchase the product if it's negative publicity. Yeah, so negative publicity itself is an unfavorable news or reviews. And since this is a digital era, nowadays people can freely share their experience online with the brands, and they can also shape public perception on certain brands. We also have a case here in Indonesia where there is an influencer who on purpose created negative reputation of restaurants and brands. And they actually ask these restaurants to pay them amount of money so that they will retract the content. Yeah, so this has been used negatively, and people actually, in a way, use social media as a weapon to try to force people to give them, money and incentives so that they will provide good reviews. So the aim of the study is to examine the effect of negative publicity on brand advocacy and purchase intention of Generation Z in Indonesia. We also put brand betrayal as a mediator in between. So for the literature review, I'm not going to read everything because we have a very short amount of time. But basically, this is the research model. Yeah, we start with the negative publicity, and then our first hypothesis is that it has significant influence on brand advocacy. Of course, we expect that it's going to be negative, the relationship, and then brand advocacy will also affect purchase intention in the end. And then another one is from negative publicity towards brand betrayal. And then from brand betrayal also it will affect purchase intention. So this is the research method. We did a quantitative study using SAMPLS. We were using the software Smart PLS. We collected primary data. We also had a pilot study with 30 respondents. And then we released it again for the full-scale study with more than 150 respondents. Yeah, so all of them are Gen Z between the age of 18 until 27 years old, and they are active social media users. So this is the result of the SAMPLS. As we can see, all of the p-values are below 0.05, meaning all of the relationships are significant. And the nature of the relationship is also as expected. Yeah, so basically negative publicity will decrease brand advocacy, meaning people will not want to promote the product anymore because they had a negative publicity. And then negative publicity also has a significant effect on brand betrayal. So people will feel that they are betrayed because of this negative publicity. And therefore, from the brand betrayal, it is also significant negative effect. So when people feel betrayed, then their purchase intention will decrease. And with brand advocacy, because now people don't really want to talk about the brand anymore, the brand advocacy decreases. That will also have a significant effect on purchase intention. So people don't want to purchase because no one promotes the product anymore. Yeah, so overall, it can be concluded that negative publicity significantly reduces purchase intention, with brand advocacy mitigating its adverse effects and brand betrayal amplifying the negative effect. So this is the conclusion. So these results underscore the importance of managing brand reputation in the current digital age. Yeah, nowadays it's very, very easy for us to get bad reviews from people, and they can post it online, and it will affect our brand image as well, brand reputation. So it's very important that we adopt an ethical marketing strategy, so we don't actually try to create a negative image just because we want to go viral. And we also have to be proactive in managing our reputation. We need to make sure that we are very transparent with our customers. So even though when we have, for example, like the case with the influencer that tries to extort money from brands so that they take down the negative content, actually people later on found out that this is a business that in a way he is doing. So people no longer follow that influencer, and they actually started supporting these brands that were affected because of this influencer. So creating a loyal customer base will also help to navigate during this kind of situation. Yeah, so it is important that for the brands to make sure that again they always do their marketing strategies ethically, and they also build brand loyalty so that in the case that there are certain negative publicities, the effect can be reduced. So these are some of our suggestions for the brands. First, they can adopt a proactive reputation management strategies. They should foster strong customer and brand relationship, as I mentioned earlier. And also they should commit to ethical marketing practices. And for the researchers, they can explore further the role of brand loyalty and cultural influences in mitigating negative publicity across regions, because I believe the Asian culture is quite different with the Western culture, for example. Yeah. So in Korea, for example, they have a very strong cancel culture. So the moment that a celebrity or an influencer or a brand is seen negatively, then everyone will cancel the brand. Yeah. Cancel meaning that they don't want to purchase, and they had like black campaign and so on. So in that kind of culture, I think it's also important for us to conduct this kind of study to find out whether the brands can make use of negative publicity, or they should refrain from using negative publicity. So the impact of this research will be for the brands, again, to improve crisis resilience, stronger reputation, and sustain customer trust, builds loyal brand advocates who will buffer against negative publicity, and also a bit to the government so that we have a safer digital environments and we reduce the spread of misleading information, because nowadays, misleading information is spreading, can also be a part of the propaganda that the government is doing. Actually, in Indonesia, we also see a very strong presence of the government in regulating the social media. So hopefully that will also help with the brands and protecting them from this kind of people who misuse their strength on social media. Okay, so that is basically our presentation. Thank you very much. This is just a bit of the descriptive statistics of our respondents. And these are the results of the basically reliability and validity. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Ben. Thank you for your nice presentation. And I'm sure that it will be helpful for the companies for managing the brand. That's very good. I have some question, very little question I can say. You have 50 and 150 plus respondent data set, is it?
30 is for the pilot study, and then after that we did it with a 158 in total for the actual study.
Okay. Okay. So whenever you are talking about negative publicity, right? So that negative publicity may also be of two types, right? Whenever you are talking about negative publicity can be the genuine, right? It is not always harmful. If something is bad, then publicity will be negative, isn't it? Right. So have
Yeah,
you
that's
collected
right.
such kind of data where you have a fake negative publicity?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
No, what about the fake negative? Now, in this particular case, in your research, you are talking about fake negative publicity, right?
Yes.
You have to control the fake negative publicity. Yeah,
Sorry.
Your research is based on fake.
Fake. You mean fake? Yeah, negative.
Fake negative publicity, right? That
Yes,
you have
that's
to
right.
reduce, right? You have to control.
Yes,
What
correct.
about the genuine negative?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, I understand your concern. So how about if they actually did something wrong, right? And then it is being shown to the public. Yeah, I think that is also part of our study. So that is why in the end we also suggest that they have a risk and mitigation. Yeah, they need to build strong loyalty with the customers so that when there is a negative publicity that is genuine, that is real, they can also directly declare to the public that they did something wrong. And if they build a strong, loyal customers will be, they will be willing to listen, right, to the of why they did what they did that is wrong. So that is also part of our suggestion to the brands.
Yeah. And as far as visibility is concerned, or like you are telling that whenever you are giving the negative publicity, they want to be viral, right? So here I have very simple question I want to ask. It is related with qualitative question, you can say. In this data set, whatever data set you have collected either in pilot or during the implementation, which thing has a more impact? The content of the negative news, or you can say the speed by which it is becoming viral or spreading fast. Which thing is more important? The content of the message, content of the news, negative news, or the speed by which it is becoming viral.
Oh,
Which one of is more important?
based on our research, actually the content is important. So if, for example, it goes viral, but then the content is negative, so it means that it is actually going to have a negative effect, even though the content goes viral. So, like for example, in the previous case, someone
Viral
did.
means how speedy? How speedy?
Sorry.
How fast? How speedy? How fast it is spreading? What about that? If you got negative acknowledgement today, it is not becoming viral.
Oh, if the content is good, but then it's not becoming viral. That's your question,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think in the current era, nowadays we use influencer to actually promote our product, right? So the previous case is that they also use influencer, yeah, to go viral, but then the way they collaborate with the influencer is in a negative way. So they had a fight in a way with the influencer. So everyone was very interested because, oh, how come this brand had a fight with an influencer, right? But then in the end, because people know that it's actually fake and it's a gimmick, then they did not see the brand in a positive way, and it actually harms the brand. But what I'm trying to say is that the brand should still work with influencer, but the content should be positive. And if they work with an influencer, then normally the content will also still go viral, even though it might not be as viral as the negative ones. But then when they work with an influencer and it's good, right? It will go how to say, it will go viral even though it's not that viral, but then it will have a positive effect towards the brand. Yeah.
So
Rather
here,
than very viral but then negative.
so here you can say the influencer is more important, right?
Yes.
The
Yes.
image of
Correct.
influencer is more important.
Yes.
Who is
Correct. The image
spreading the
of
information, either positive or negative? How they are counter measuring? Who is counter measuring the things? That is very important. Huh?
yes. Yes.
Who
That's
is?
right.
That is
Who is the influencer is very important.
Yeah.
So the influencer also needs to have a very good image. They should not be, yeah, I think in Indonesia, they are still a lot of brands who also work with controversial influencers. Yeah. And at the end of the day, normally the collaboration is not, it doesn't end up very well because people don't see the influencer as a good figure. Yeah, so the influencer is also very important. The content should also be positive. The influencer should also be should have a good image.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
you, ma'am.
Basar.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. So before moving further, let me check if we have uh, just a second. Vishnu Menon. Do we have Vishnu Menon? I think we don't have. Okay, so moving further. Let me share my screen. Yeah, so I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentation and contribution in this session, and all our participants for being part of international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on behalf of the whole team, thank you for the support during the 4th version and all the previous 3 versions of the conference. We will be happy to have you in the 5th version in 2026. All the presenters would be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. The publication will be live within 7 to 8 months. So kindly cooperate with the team of ISBM 2025. I also thank our session chair, Dr. Basant Tiwari, for chairing the session. Just a second. Yeah, so a small token of appreciation to the chair session of the chair from team ISBM 2025 and Global Knowledge Resource Foundation and partners. So, sir, do you have any closing remarks?
Just a minute. Just a minute. Can we take one photo with all the participants?
Yeah, sir. After your closing remarks, we will have it.
Okay, that will be very good. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. First of all, I want to thank Siddesh who
Thank you, sir.
smoothly conduct this session, right? So now we have already reached on the conclusion of our session in this virtual room of ISBM. So today our presentation covered very extraordinary range, starting from, I can say, secure UAV communication up to the end of that is, you can say, the brand resilience by branding. Other than that, we have a metaverse research related with metaverse, intelligent or autonomous system. We have predictive analytics of business and HR by the ma'am, Jaya ma'am. So we got so many paper and research in this session. So I sincerely thank all the presenters here for their valuable contribution. And I also thank we can say the other people other than the presenter who already engaged up to now. They listen these presentation very we can say they got a lot of information in that. So let us continue this discussion beyond this session also and work together to push the boundaries of research and innovation whenever we have a time so that we can discuss your research and I will discuss my research with all of you. So be in touch. Thank you very much. And I wish all the productive continuation of this conference, Siddesh and all the teams of ISBM. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I request everyone to switch on their cameras for a quick snapshot of the session. Just a second. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So this may I leave? Dhiti, may I leave?
Yes.